Pop the top, it's time for a new video to drop. And today, I'm playing WWE 2K22, but I can only draft World Heavyweight Champions to my universe mode. That's right, in today's video, I am only allowed to draft former World Heavyweight Champions. Yes, I am counting WCW and the WWE's title reigns in this, so I can draft some WCW folk and some WWE folk as well. We're only gonna have one championship in this universe mode sim. It's going to be the World Heavyweight Championship, because I want to see who the best of the best is going to be. Can this video hit 1,000 likes in the first 24 hours of it being uploaded? I think it can. The number one draft pick in this sim is someone I always think about when I think of that big gold championship. It is the rated R Superstar Edge. But we're going to keep it pushing on right away, because our next draft pick is going to be Dolph Ziggler 2009, as that is a closer time period of Dolph Ziggler than when the current Dolph Ziggler is to when he won the championship. You get what I mean. Nevertheless, we're going to keep it pushing, and the next person we are going to draft here for the World Heavyweight Championship only is Booker T. That's right, we're taking Booker T, because not only did he win it in WCW, he also won in the WWE. He is a five-time WCW World Heavyweight Champion. We're going to keep it moving, though. We got to draft the animal, Batista. That is right. And we're going to keep moving it on up. I'm very surprised, actually, that, no, I'm not. I was going to say, I'm very surprised you can't take AJ Styles in this, but why would you be able to? We're going to draft The Undertaker 2010 in this draft. We're going to keep it moving, though, as we go up. The Game, Triple H is definitely going to be on this roster. We're going to keep moving on up, though, and seeing who we can take here. Did Stone Cold Steve Austin ever win the World Heavyweight Championship in the WWE? I don't believe he did he? I don't believe so. I know The Rock did, but I don't think Stone Cold did. So we're going to keep it moving past Stone Cold Steve Austin. Now, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, definitely won that big gold championship before, so we're going to take the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Was Sheamus ever a big gold holder? I don't think Sheamus ever was a big gold holder. I think Sheamus only ever won the WWE Championship. We're going to keep it moving up now because of that. Did any of these people win? No, The Rock did, however, so The Rock is coming to this brand. We're going to keep moving on up. Ric Flair also won the World Heavyweight Championship, obviously, so we'll take Ric Flair. Next up, we're going to take Rey Mysterio Jr., and it's going to be Rey Mysterio 2006, as that's when he won the World Heavyweight Championship. Randy Orton definitely has won the World Heavyweight Championship in his career, so we're going to take Randy Orton. We're going to keep moving on up, though. Who's next for this draft? Did Mr. McMahon ever win the big gold? No, he didn't. All right, I was like, for a second, my brain was trying to tell me he did, and I was like, I don't think that he ever did he? No, he definitely didn't. Kevin Nash, though, big sexy, no Diesel, but we're gonna go ahead and take Kevin Nash. We'll take NWO Kevin Nash as well. Kane, did Kane ever win the World Heavyweight Championship? Yes, he did. He did win the World Heavyweight Championship, didn't he? Yeah, he did. We'll take Kane 2008 for that as well. John Cena definitely needs to be in this if we're taking World Heavyweight Champions. Jeff Hardy definitely needs to be in this if we're taking World Heavyweight Champions. JBL never won the big gold, did he? JBL never won. I'm looking on my right now because I'm looking to see past champions just to make sure so we have no oopsies. And he definitely did not win the World Heavyweight Championship. As we continue to go up, I don't want to draft him, but I got to. He definitely did win the World Heavyweight Championship. We'll take Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Goldberg definitely won as well, so we'll take Goldberg. We're going to keep moving up, though. Who else? Is that it? Is that everybody that won the big gold? I do believe that is everybody that has won the big gold championship that is at our disposal So how many is that? Let's find out. It is 17 superstars. Without further ado, we are at our first pay-per-view in this World Heavyweight Champions only WWE 2K22 Universe Mode Sim, and John Cena is the poster boy for Money in the Bank. So let's see what happened at this pay-per-view. We're opening up with Triple H defeating the Animal Batista. We got Ric Flair defeating Rey Mysterio 2006. We have the Money in the Bank ladder match with, if you smell, The Rock picking up the win. There's a lot of bald people in this match. Well, I mean, I guess just 3, but nevertheless, we're moving on, and it's John Cena defeating Jeff Hardy to become the World Heavyweight Champion. So John Cena is our first World Heavyweight Champion, while The Rock is Mr. Money in the Bank. Moving on to WrestleMania Backlash, Jeff Hardy is the poster boy, so let's go ahead and see. Whoa! We're kicking things off with The Rock versus Randy Orton for the world title. The Rock has won, so it must mean The Rock cashed in that briefcase on the road to this pay-per-view. Interesting. Nevertheless, The Rock is still your World Heavyweight Champion. We got Batista defeating Dolph Ziggler 2009. Booker T defeats Kevin Nash. Rey Mysterio 2006 defeats Shawn Michaels. Edge defeats Ric Flair. We got John Cena defeating Kane. Hollywood Hogan defeats Triple H. And in the main event of the evening, The Undertaker does defeat Jeff Hardy. Welcome to the horror show at Extreme Rules. The Rated R Superstar is the cover star of this pay-per-view, but we're kicking things off with The Rock defeating Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight Championship yet again. After that, Rey Mysterio 2006 does defeat Dolph Ziggler 2009. We got Triple H defeating Shawn Michaels. Booker T does defeat Ric Flair 1998. The Undertaker 2010 does defeat Jeff Hardy. Kane 2008 defeats John Cena. We got Hollywood Hogan defeating Kevin Nash in a battle of the NWO. And in the main event of the evening, Edge defeats Batista for absolutely nothing. The next cover star is Randy Orton here at SummerSlam, but we're kicking things off with Hollywood Hogan defeating Triple H. We got Dolph Ziggler 2009 defeating Shawn Michaels. The Rock defeats Jeff Hardy for the World Heavyweight Championship. Booker T defeats Ric Flair 1998. Kevin Nash defeats Goldberg. The Undertaker defeats Batista. John Cena defeats Kane. And in the main event of the evening, Randy Orton does defeat Edge in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Welcome to WWE Payback, where Booker T is the cover star of the pay-per-view, but we're opening things up with Kevin Nash defeating Goldberg. Batista then defeats Dolph Ziggler. We got The Undertaker defeating Jeff Hardy. Shawn Michaels defeats Rey Mysterio. Hollywood Hogan does defeat Ric Flair. We got a huge triple threat match where Edge defeats Randy Orton and The Rock to become the new World Heavyweight Champion. That is absolutely huge. After that, John Cena does defeat Kane. And then in the main event of the evening, Booker T defeats Triple H, what should have happened at WrestleMania 19. We're having a huge poster boy for this Clash of Champions pay-per-view, as it is that bald son of a gun, Kane. But let's find out what this card looking like. Jeff Hardy has defeated The Undertaker. We then have Dolph Ziggler defeating Goldberg. Edge defeats Randy Orton to retain the World Heavyweight Championship. We then have Batista defeating Rey Mysterio 2006. Triple H does defeat Booker T. We got Hollywood Hogan defeating Ric Flair 1998. Kevin Nash does defeat Shawn Michaels. And in the main event of the evening, in a last man standing match, John Cena does defeat Kane. Our next pay-per-view is Hell in a Cell, with the master of hustle, loyalty, and respect being our poster boy. Yes, that means it is John Cena, but we're kicking things off with Batista defeating Triple H. Fun fact, they had Hell in a Cell match way back when at Vengeance, I believe 2005, if memory serves me correct. We got Jeff Hardy defeating The Undertaker. After that, Edge defeats Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight Championship. I don't know why the Hell in a Cell match stipulation was not used here, but Rey Mysterio does go on to defeat Goldberg. We got The Rock defeating Booker T. Kevin Nash does defeat Shawn Michaels. Ric Flair defeats Hollywood Hulk Hogan. And in the main event of the evening, John Cena defeats Dolph Ziggler in a Hell in a Cell match. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Survivor Series, where the goal of the pay-per-view is to survive, obviously, and The Rock is our poster boy. But as we open things up, Triple H defeats Jeff Hardy. We got Kevin Nash defeating Dolph Ziggler. The Undertaker defeats Randy Orton. John Cena defeats Edge to become the new World Heavyweight Champion. In the main event of the evening, The Rock, Batista, Rey Mysterio, and Goldberg defeat Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, Booker T, and Kane. What a Survivor Series match. That's one of the most random matches I think I've ever seen. We have made it to tables, ladders, and chairs, and who better than Jeff Hardy to be the poster boy of this pay-per-view? We're kicking things off, though, with Kane defeating Shawn Michaels. We then have Ric Flair defeating Rey Mysterio. Goldberg goes on to defeat Booker T. We got Batista defeating Randy Orton. John Cena defeats Dolph Ziggler in a TLC match, mind you. I'm going to assume the world title had to be on the line. Triple H does defeat The Rock. Hollywood Hogan defeats Kevin Nash. In the main event of the evening, The Undertaker defeats Jeff Hardy in a TLC match. It's now time for the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, but with only 17 members on this roster, I'm very curious if we're going to be able to have a full Rumble or not. Nevertheless, though, Shawn Michaels is the poster boy of this one. We got Dolph Ziggler, 2009, is the world champion? Okay, that's kind of crazy. But Hollywood Hogan is the new World Heavyweight Champion. I hope he loses it, bro. I really do. We then have The Undertaker defeating Jeff Hardy. Rey Mysterio defeats Triple H. We got The Rock defeating Batista. Randy Orton defeats John Cena. Kevin Nash defeats Goldberg in a last man standing match. And in the main event of the evening, we have a 10-man Rumble. But who won that Rumble? It was Booker T. Booker T is going on to WrestleMania. We have now made it to the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. What is the Chamber match going to look like? Oh my God. We got John Cena versus Hollywood Hogan versus Randy Orton versus Triple H versus The Rock versus Jeff Hardy. Anything can happen, but The Rock is once again your World Heavyweight Champion. In the next match, we got Kevin Nash defeating Goldberg. In the main event of the evening, Edge defeats Batista, The Undertaker, Ric Flair, Kane, and Shawn Michaels in an Elimination Chamber match for absolutely nothing but bragging rights. Welcome to Fastlane. This is the last stop before WrestleMania, and Triple H is the cover star of this pay-per-view. But as we go into it, Randy Orton does defeat John Cena. We got Batista defeating Ric Flair. Kane defeats Shawn Michaels. Edge defeats The Undertaker. Booker T defeats The Rock to win the World Heavyweight Championship. So the winner of the Royal Rumble is your World Heavyweight Champion. That's kind of crazy. We then have Hollywood Hogan defeating Kevin Nash in the main event of the evening. Triple H defeats Jeff Hardy in a no-holds-barred match. We've made it to WrestleMania, and The Rock is our cover star. But as we go on into it, let's see this card. Kevin Nash does defeat Hollywood Hogan at WrestleMania. Kane defeats Shawn Michaels. Randy Orton defeats Dolph Ziggler in a steel cage match. Booker T defeats John Cena to still be our World Heavyweight Champion. We got Batista defeating The Undertaker. Goldberg defeats Edge. And in the main event of the evening, The Rock and Triple H lose to Jeff Hardy in a triple threat match. What a match, and what a big win for Jeff Hardy. Decided to go one more year to the next WrestleMania to see what the card was going to look like, and John Cena is the cover star of this WrestleMania. But as we go into it, Kevin Nash loses to Goldberg in an Extreme Rules match. We got Kane 08 defeating Batista. Edge defeats Shawn Michaels. Rey Mysterio defeats The Rock in a steel cage match. The Undertaker defeats Triple H in a steel cage match. In the main event of the evening, Randy Orton defeats John Cena and Ric Flair. Well, who's the champion? Who's our current champion? We can't even see. All right. The current champion apparently is Ric Flair, but the title wasn't on the line. I don't think that's a good ending, so we're going to go one more year into the future. I went one more year into the future, and Ric Flair is the cover star of this WrestleMania. And as we go into it, The Undertaker has defeated Jeff Hardy. We got The Rock defeating Dolph Ziggler. Edge defeats Batista. Goldberg has defeated Shawn Michaels. Triple H defeats Rey Mysterio 2006. Randy Orton does defeat Kane. We got John Cena defeating Booker T. And in the main event of the evening, Ric Flair defeats Kevin Nash to retain the World Heavyweight Championship. The Rock is the cover star of the next WrestleMania. That's right, I went one more year. Let's find out what's going to happen here. Kane does defeat Ric Flair. We got Edge defeating Dolph Ziggler in a steel cage match. Triple H does defeat Jeff Hardy. We got Shawn Michaels defeating Scott Hall. Kevin Nash defeats Booker T. We got Randy Orton as your last World Heavyweight Champion defeating Batista. John Cena defeats Rey Mysterio in a steel cage match in the main event of the evening. The Rock defeats Goldberg and The Undertaker in a triple threat match, and that seems like one heck of a WrestleMania main event. Our last World Heavyweight Champion in the sim was Randy Orton, so much congratulations to him. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do have any suggestions for future WWE 2K22 sims, put your idea down in the comment section below. But as always and forever, take it easy though, guys. Peace!